briefly, can you speak to rumors that there is another Chinese balloon above Alaska or any other parts of U.S. territory that the U.S. shot down?
So I can confirm that the Department of Defense was tracking a high-altitude object over Alaska airspace in the last 24 hours.
Was it March?
The object was flying at an altitude of 40,000 feet and posed a reasonable threat to the safety of civilian flight. Out of an abundance of caution and at the recommendation of the Pentagon, President Biden ordered the military to down the object, and they did. And it came inside our territorial waters. Those waters right now are frozen, but inside territorial airspace and over territorial waters. Fighter aircraft assigned to U.S. Northern Command took down the object within the last hour.
So there was another object. This one was described as being much, much smaller. This one, they said, Mr. Kirby there, at the podium said that it was about the size of a small car, not 2 or 3 buses full of payload. He said the payload on this one was much smaller. A fighter jet pilot confirmed that he believed from all their surveillance that it was an unmanned vehicle. And, of course, 40,000 feet, everybody who's ever flown, you know that the bell rings when you get to 10,000 feet, and then you cruise around 36,000 feet, right? Somewhere around there. So 40,000 did present some sort of a problem with commercial aircraft or other aviation that goes on around that altitude. So they shot it down. Now, Kirby was saying that they were contacted sometime last night about this object. And so they waited till, I guess, the sun came up. I don't know. This is, I'm imagining that they had to wait till the sun came up to see exactly what they were dealing with, and then, dispatch a fighter pilot to, knock it out of the sky to actually take it down. Now, this was headed over the Arctic. It was over Alaska. That is where it was spotted. That is why Northern Command took it out. And so, we're just going to have to wait and see. And, of course, Marge, large Marge there, I don't know. This is crazy, okay? So they briefed Congress yesterday about the Chinese balloon. Now, we don't know if this object was even the property of a country, or if this was private property of somebody who surveils landmass, or it could be a million different things. And we don't know what it is. And we don't know if it's the property of a country. We don't know if it's, all we know is it wasn't military. It wasn't civilian from the United States that we recognized. Okay? So we don't know who owned this thing, and we don't know where it came from, and we don't know why it was there, and we don't know anything about it. Well, surprise, surprise, Marjorie Taylor Greene went on an obscenity-laced tirade yesterday during a classified briefing about the Chinese space spy balloon. And that, the confirmation that it was a spy balloon, I'm shocked, has actually been done. It's confirmed that it was a spy balloon, that we were jamming it, and that as it was trying to spy on us, we were spying on it, that we got a lot of valuable information from doing that with it, right? And so this is kind of, I guess, what the classified briefing was explaining to her, okay? And she went on a obscenity-laced tirade screaming at the briefers, "We don't trust you. We don't believe you. You're lying to me." I honestly, now the thing that she should be very upset about is that George Santos, this fraud, this lunatic, this man who, there's another story today about him and dogs. Okay, it's just, he's a sick, sad, pathological man. Okay, but the thing that should bother her is that when she looks around the room in a classified setting, that George Santos is there in that room with her. That should bother her. But instead, she unloaded on the briefers, telling them they're not trustworthy, telling them they were liars, telling them that, that she has no trust in any of the deep state. I mean, this is some sick stuff. This is some really creepy stuff. But, I don't know if the briefers were prepared for her. I have no idea if they told her, oh, okay, so expect some trouble from, lady Jewish space laser over there. Okay, she's, a little unhinged, and she's probably going to lose her crap. When you tell her that we were able to jam the signal, they got nothing from us, we got stuff from them, meaning we were able to see and also, this was the 5th Chinese spy balloon that had been observed over the United States. Okay, so there were 3 of them during the Trump administration. 3 of them. And I guess that's what made her scream and yell that you're a liar, I don't trust you, get out of my face, whatever it was. Other people in the briefing said she was completely irrational, quote, just screaming and yelling. Irrational, in my estimation, said a lawmaker who didn't want to, because, screaming and yelling at briefers, that's going to get you the result that you're after. Of course it will. I mean, it's just so sick. But Gregory Meeks from New York said any question that was asked of them, they answered. I think it confirms some of what's already out in the public domain. At no time was American sovereignty, and everybody, everybody's upset about that. At no time was American sovereignty violated. America was always safe. But he confirmed that there was, quote, tension in the room because he said some members just don't want to believe what they were told. They don't want to believe the briefers. And they said, oh, I don't believe you. I don't trust you. Here's her description of it. She said, I had to wait in line the whole time. Ooh. I had to wait in line the whole time. I think I was the second to the last person, and I chewed them out just like the American people would have. I tore them to pieces. I said the president may be a Democrat, but he's still the president of the United States, and they made him look like a fool. They made him look weak. The week before the State of the Union,